Assalamu alaikum everyone. We are back with another lecture. This week we are going to discuss about drama, what's the meaning and the definition of drama and also the main components of a drama. I hope all of you are already familiar with what is a drama. So before we begin, let's start with a warm up as usual. I want you to think back to the last drama serial you watched on TV. Maybe Humsafar or for recent times Parvarish. What kept you watching? Was it the plot, the twists, the conflict, the emotions of the characters, the actors themselves? What captivated you? Drama as a literary form has always relied on the same thing: conflict, characters, and action. Today, we trace this art form from its literary roots back to the English times. So, before we begin formally, let's start with the definition of what is drama. Drama is a dramatic or performing arts that combines the verbal with a number of non-verbal and optical and visual means, including stage, scenery, shifting of scenes, facial expressions, gestures, makeup, props, and lightings. This emphasis is also reflected in the word drama itself, which derives from the Greek drain, Draein, to do or act. Thereby, it talks about a performance or representation done by actors. It is a literature designated for performance, it is a spectacle. Unlike poetry, which you can read silently, or a novel which unfolds in narrative form, drama is meant to be acted out in front of an audience. Drama is both literary and social. It is literary because it uses dialogue and structure, but it is social because it needs actors, stage, and audience to exist fully. Without performance, drama feels incomplete. Imagine reading a script of Hamlet versus watching it performed. The difference is enormous. This dual nature makes drama unique among other literary forms. It is at once text, art, and living action. So, next, let's talk about the nature of drama. What is drama at its core, according to literary critics? Drama is the imitation of life. This is a statement passed by Aristotle. He is a Greek philosopher. He said that drama imitates human actions. It is not just about abstract philosophy, but about showing life in motion. He also talked about two forms of drama: tragedy and comedy. Like the name implies, tragedies have a little bit of bittersweet ending, mostly a little melancholic and sad endings. Maybe a character died or they reformed in certain way. While comedies are meant to entertain you, tragedies teach you about mortality and human follies. Comedy makes you laugh. A few examples can include Oedipus Rex by Sophocles. It is not just a lecture on fate, but a dramatization of a man's struggle against his own destiny, his own fate. When it comes to drama, a main component of drama is the conflict behind that story. A conflict is basically the struggle in the story in which the characters or maybe the themes are conflicting with each other. It can be internal or external. Conflict serves as a literary device that builds tension by challenging the main character and forcing them to test their values. It makes them go outside of their comfort. Without a conflict, you can never have a compelling story, because otherwise it's just an everyday routine of someone. Conflict is at the core of a story. It is what builds a drama. It may be external, like a man versus man, a protagonist fighting an antagonist, or maybe man versus society. It can also be internal, man's conflict with themselves, like my internal dilemma with my own life, me questioning my reality. This is my internal dilemma. It has nothing to do with my society, but maybe it does. So, conflict can be simultaneously internal and external in the same drama. Examples include Shakespeare's Othello. It is an external conflict with the protagonist and Othello's. It is his internal conflict of jealousy and doubt. Next, drama is also about dialogue and action. Unlike novels that can be described through direct writing, drama reveals everything through speech and action. Here, the performers or the actors are the ones who make or break the play. It's all a spectacle. We know Hamlet's mind not through the narration, but through soliloquies, like his most famous one, to be or not to be? That is the question. Soliloquy. What is a soliloquy? It is an act of speaking one's thoughts aloud, when by oneself or regardless of any hearers, especially by a character in a play. Let me give you one example to make it easy to understand. Imagine a Pakistani drama and an evil bhabhi or an evil mother in law is silently expressing her annoyance or sharing her next evil scheme against the poor, helpless female protagonist. The protagonist does not hear that, neither does any of the other characters. But we as audience hear her loud and clear. That's a soliloquy right there. It's to show the audience, not the characters. Though the example is a little cliche and predictable, but it's an internal monologue nonetheless. Before we move next, there's a little food of thought for you guys. Think about a drama serial, Pakistani drama serial. Do you know the characters because the narrator told you, or was the actor compelling? Was it because the actor spoke so well, the expressions were so good? Exactly. This is how a drama works. The actor is the one who convinces you the story is good. Now, next, what is the function of a drama? Why do people watch dramas anyway? It is the main source of entertainment that most people consume because for dramas you do not need to read text. While stories are fun and all, most people do not have the mental capacity to go through an entire novel, like we are familiar with that. Because when it comes to reading a text, it is hard to imagine. But a drama shows everything on stage or on screen, making it easier for the viewers to consume it. So it is the most common way of entertainment that has been passed down for traditions and for centuries. We still consume drama, but not on stage anymore, but behind TV screens. From Greek tragedies staged at festivals to Shakespeare's plays at the Globe Theatre to Netflix shows today, drama has always been communal entertainment. It is a form of entertainment when people come together and exchange their opinions. Drama is also a good way of moral instruction. Medieval morality plays like Everyman or Every Woman personified virtues and vices to teach lessons. In South Asia, folk dramas like Band Patthar or Nautanki also carried moral lessons. Social reflection is also a main criteria of a drama. A drama mirrors the society in which it is produced. An example includes Henrik Ibsen's A Dollhouse, which challenged 19th century's gender roles, the role of a female in a house. In Pakistan, plays like Ishfaq Ahmed or Bano Qudsiya, they explore the conflict of society and people in the 20th century. Drama also provides a form of catharsis, which is the idea given by Aristotle. It says that drama provides catharsis and emotional cleansing. Tragedies allow audiences to feel pity and fear and then release them. Another food for thought. Have you ever cried at the end of a film or a drama, or even if you knew it wasn't real? I know I have cried a couple of times. That's catharsis, the emotional effect drama is meant to achieve right then and there. Despite knowing the story is fictional, you still suspend your disbelief and enjoy the story. When you see a character on screen going through a struggle similar to yours, you relate to them. Or when you see your favorite character dying, it makes you emotional for them. Catharsis is the emotional cleansing of the audience by allowing them to feel emotions they otherwise find hard to express and letting go. Next, let's talk about the different types of drama. These are not all the types, but these are some of the common broad categories of dramas. They are still useful today. The first one is a tragedy. It is the most famous type of drama. It is a serious drama with human suffering at its core. A great person falls due to fate, flaw, or conflict. It can be anything. But basically, someone who was meant for greatness fell rock bottom and then they had to climb up the ladder. Some did climb up, but others fell down hard. Examples include Macbeth by Shakespeare, or maybe Hamlet by the same writer. Hamlet is about a man who struggles on what to do. He's struggling with his revenge, his internal conflict on what to do with his life, what to do next. Another example is Sophocles' Oedipus Rex. Oedipus Rex is of a man who is the victim of his own fate. Another example includes Arthur Miller's Death of a Salesman. It is the story of an ordinary man and his downfall towards depression, anxiety, and heartbreak till the point he commits suicide. Not every character needs to be a king or a hero, but most of these tragedies show that humans always fall down because of their own mistakes, their own flaws that lead to their doom and demise. So now let's move towards the next point, that is comedy. What are comedies? Comedies are light dramas that are meant to entertain and often have a happy ending. Usually the characters go through reconciliation and often they have a marriage in the end. Like, think of Disney movies. You can think of them as comedies because most of them have a happy ending. Examples from traditional plays include Shakespeare's Twelfth Night or Oscar Wilde's The Importance of Being Earnest. Both of them are funny stories. Even Pakistani stories often have comedy dramas, like the most popular example is Bulbule. It still has the tradition of humor resolving tension. Another common type is tragic comedy. It combines tragedy and comedy elements into one. For example, Shakespeare's The Merchant of Venice has moments of both. You must have noticed so far that Shakespeare has basically done all types of drama. Remember last time when I said he is considered the greatest dramatist? There's a reason. He not only wrote 39 plays in one lifetime, he also wrote in all genres you can think of, almost all of them. Obviously, a human cannot write in all of them, but he has one or two dramas in different genres you can think of. Next genre is romance and melodrama. What is a romance? Romance or melodramatic stories have exaggerated emotions and conflicts. Like the characters will go through something that is extremely dramatic. It does not make any sense, but in the context of the story, it moves the plot forward. It is the most common genre in Pakistan. Almost every other Pakistani drama is melodramatic. It exaggerates things and it has a little bit of romantic subplot. Now, that was for all the different types of drama that are most common. Let's conclude today's lecture while recalling what we have learned so far and the implications behind it. Drama is the most social of literary arts. Its nature is action and conflict. Its function is to entertain, instruct, and reflect. Its types are varied, but always built on human struggles. Drama, more than any other form, reveals human life enacted before us. To study drama is to study ourselves on stage. That is the entire purpose of a drama. Through characters, you're able to envision your own life, your own struggles. So I hope you found this topic a little interesting because it is relevant to most of us, and all of us have at least one drama that we thoroughly enjoyed. That is all for today. Till next time, Allah Hafiz.